Hello. Hi. This is the lore stream. I'm so sorry it started so much later than I said it would. I swear I thought I clicked the button, but I didn't. So I was just talking to myself and I didn't start the stream. And I just said the entirety of the lore. Alright, we'll go person to person with everything. So the first one we'll do is Andromeda, and then we'll do Rainbow, then Teardrop. Hi! And then we'll do Venus and Night Drop, and then all of the little kids, basically. So, like, Uranus, Jaden, and then we'll also do it for Star. The child star, my OC star, not the other star. So for Andromeda, yes, I hope it will. For Andromeda, she, she's from a different dimension, but she was created by a creator nonetheless, like Sun and Moon creator. She's from the dimension where Dark Sun was made, and she's Dark Sun's sister. There used to be a moon, but moon's been locked away. And over the course of multiple experiments that Dark Sun was doing, she ended up getting teleported to the main galaxy, star. That's fine. Where she met Galaxy, Star, my friend, Star. She met someone else named Star Drop. There's so many stars, I swear. Rainbow, and she also met Teardrop. And, well, all the kids I listed. But she ended up going there and living there for a while. Well, long while. But she killed people because she didn't know it was wrong and that sort of thing. Because that's just kind of how she was raised. She was raised to be the villain of the story, along with Dark Sun and Moon. Dark Moon? I don't know. But yeah, so she was raised to be the villain, so she still killed people. And eventually, Rainbow and Teardrop saw her when she was killing someone. It was inevitable. She knew that, but she was still kind of upset with the way Rainbow acted. She didn't understand why Rainbow did the things she did, but Rainbow attacked her. She didn't understand why, but Teardrop held Rainbow back, and then she ran to the forest. She got very dirty, and her clothes got torn, and yeah. But she ran to the forest, and then eventually found Galaxy, and Galaxy let her stay at her very weirdly expensive and weirdly weird house. That's the description of the house. Sorry, I was just reading your comment, Galaxy. That's really funny actually. But um but she saw Galaxy and met her, and Galaxy invited her to her weird house. Yes, I'm calling your house Weird Galaxy. It's weird and expensive. But yeah, and then Galaxy gave her spare clothes and that sort of thing. And she was appreciative and very happy. So yeah. Yeah. And then she explained to Galaxy after like a day. And then later that day, no, I will not be leaving your house alone. But later in that day, she was just cooking food because Galaxy said it was fine. Like, she understood, supposedly. And then. Sorry. Then Galaxy told her that someone who claimed to be her older brother had come, and she was really excited to see Dark Sun again. She knew Moon had already been locked away in Dark Sun's head, so she was excited just to see Sun, like Dark Sun. And then she did, and Dark Sun asked what had happened because he saw the dismay? Sure, we'll use that word. That had happened to the daycare. Well, she just disappeared. She had just disappeared. Nowhere to be found. But eventually, obviously, he found her. So, yeah. So, he asked what had happened, and she explained to him, and he got very upset. But after convincing from both Galaxy and mainly Andromeda, he didn't end up actually going and attacking them. He wanted to, though. A lot. And then, yeah. They did that, and then, it's their job. Andromeda felt like they were being watched, but it didn't really bother them. But just went around, and then Teardrop apologized for what had happened, despite nothing of it being his fault. But Teardrop apologized, nonetheless. And they became friends again. They got to interact again, and they were happy. Although they were both still upset that they couldn't hang out with Rainbow as well, but it was inevitable that something like that would break their friendship apart. But eventually, Rainbow had come and apologized for the way that she had acted, and yeah, just apologized, and they ended up hanging out again for a while. But Rainbow had to leave to do stuff, which will be explained in a minute. Well, later. And then the astral bodies came to where they were and said that they needed Andromeda. Andromeda didn't know why, and Teardrop didn't either. They were the only ones there at the time. But they decided to go along with it, just in case it was an actual threat. But little did either of them know that Andromeda was being made into an astral, basically. They had decided Andromeda would do better as an astral body. So that's what they did. Okay, thank you for explaining, Galaxy. But, yeah, so basically, yeah, She got forced to be an astral against her will. And that is where I'll leave it. We haven't actually gotten that far in me showing the lore yet, but I thought it'd be nice to touch on what's going to happen. And then next we'll do Rainbow, because I think they have an interesting life, and I'm very sorry. So, Rainbow was made to be a perfect family. She was the only one with a name because she was supposed to be the main character, basically. And the kids would watch a show, I guess, but they decided to use real robots for it. So she had mom, dad, or mother, father, and that was it. That was her house. She got a girlfriend eventually, because the show wanted to be inclusive of the games. The gays, them Skittle Squads. And yes, I am calling them that because I am in the LGBT community. I'm also calling them that because I don't want to elaborate on the acronym right now. But yeah. So that happened. And then eventually the father figure was showing up less and less, and there was less demand for him on the show. So they decommissioned the father robot. And the mother was distraught and ended up between scenes drinking frequently. And she became slightly abusive. Yeah. And Minty, Rainbow's girlfriend at the time, started to be like, I don't want to listen to this show's rules. I don't want to be just a character on the screen. And also started abusing Rainbow. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, that happened. And after a while, Rainbow just gave up and didn't want to be a part of the show either. So she quit? Ran away? Either way, she got put into the daycare because they're like, yeah, this show isn't working. Well, Fazbear was like, yeah, this show isn't working. So they decided to put her into the... Yeah, poor Rainbow. But they decided to put Rainbow into the daycare unit, since she was based off of a sun model. So yeah, she met Galaxy, Teardrop, Star, Stardrop, and like this one kid. She also met Sun and Moon, obviously, and them all, duh. But then she also met this kid. She didn't know their name for a bit, but they seemed very attached to Teardrop and Stardrop. Their name was Uranus or Uranus, however you pronounce it. The planet. But yeah, she did meet Tall Blueberry Banana Galaxy, yeah. And they were there for a while, and then stuff was going happily, obviously. Stuff always goes happily for a bit. And then they met Andromeda, who had just, they assumed was just a new, like, daycare attendant that was made. This was all while the Sun and Moon show stuff was happening. We're not going to talk about that right now. But, yeah, so they met Andromeda, and they all got along well. So that was nice. And then eventually she and Teardrop walked into her Andromeda killing someone. So this is where it kind of goes downhill a bit. But So Rainbow acted like horribly. She didn't even know why she acted that way or so strongly, but she attacked Andromeda. Rainbow didn't know why she did, but she did. And she was held back by Teardrop, which she agreed in the, eventually she will agree that yeah, good plan, Teardrop, good idea. But yeah, so that happened. Sorry, I really suck at this. Um but eventually when Teardrop, Andromeda, Galaxy, Dark Sun, like Stardrop, Star, almost everyone was hanging out with Andromeda again, she realized, yeah, we all have done horrible things, and I should really apologize. What she did wasn't really out of the norm at all. So she did. She apologized. And a good thing she did. But, yeah, they lived happily for a while. But then Rainbow was like, I need to go find out why I acted the way I did in that moment. So decided to go on a journey alone by herself. On her travels, she met someone called Bean. Yeah, I'm putting Bean in the lore now too. Bean is an online friend who quit because they got a new phone and other reasons, I believe. Or it might have just been the new phone. But they simped for the character and they started dating. So I'm putting that in here. Um, so basically, they started dating while on the travels, and after discovering why she acted the way she did, it was just, yes, Bean is in the lore. We get Bean in the lore now. After realizing the why she acted that way was because she was trying to be protective because of the abuse she faced and didn't want anyone else to face it. So that's why she acted the way she did. That's what she discovered, at least. She went back to the daycare with Bean. Obviously, Bean's going back to the daycare. But yeah, so she went back to the daycare with Bean, and when she got back, things were in disarray. I don't know how to say it. Basically, things were going horribly. Huh? Rainbow didn't question why a child make a whole robe animatronic? What? Galaxy, please explain better in a minute, because I cannot read that properly. Might just be my ADHD. Anyway. But I think what you're trying to say is no child. Or, yeah, child. Was there and just started dating her. I don't know. It's fine, Galaxy, it's fine. But no, she didn't question why there was a child and just ended up dating her because, yeah. I want Bean to be happy. At least in this, so, yes. She gets to be the simp that. Yeah, Bean gets to be the simp that they are. Anyway. So, yeah. That happens. And then since everything is like yeah, yeah. But since everything, yes, the simp is being the simp. Anyway, but everything is in like, I don't know how to say the word, but like it's going terribly. And Rainbow asks why. while also explaining to Bean that this is not the norm. Don't worry. But it gets explained to her by Teardrop that Andromeda had been taken by the thing they called themselves astral bodies and wouldn't ever come back. So that really broke Rainbow, and she basically just broke down. Yeah, so that was nice. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I have to go. Supper has been called. But I will continue this in a bit after I finish my dinner. I am so sorry I have to end this before going to everyone else, but I think it'll be fine. I covered 2 characters and I'll cover the rest later. So I'll see you later. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye bye.